What is up everybody, I'm here at home. So today I'm bringing you my CoD wishlist. Now I know we got gameplay of Call of Duty Modern Warfare there not too long ago. You know, everybody's like 4 people were streaming it, and I think more people did get gameplay. And I will be using gameplay in the background of this video, just keep that in mind. It's not my gameplay. But in this video I'm not sure how late it is for the CoD wishlist. But yet again, I still think, like, I'm pretty sure we haven't seen everything. Well, we haven't seen everything of the multiplayer, and yeah, this video will be basically mostly, and if not just all, on multiplayer. Yeah, I'm just gonna start off with the first thing on my list. It's not in any order or anything like that. I just put them down as the way I wanted to. More grindable camos. Now obviously in most CODs, in a lot of CODs recently, we've had, once you get diamond on everything, you get like some form of camo for every weapon. Then this game, Dark Matter, Black Ops 3, Dark Matter, World War 2 was, to be honest with you, I can't remember what World War 2 was. There was Exclusion Zone on Remastered, I believe. So, you know, instead of actually giving us that as the only grindable camo, other than Diamond and Gold obviously, make it so that like every week or so you release another camo that you can grind for, and if you don't get it completed, you're fucked. You'd have to wait for it to come out again or something like that, similar to a contract, but instead you have a time limit for this, and you have to do, say for example, to get a certain camo on all weapons, you have to get 75 headshots in a week, something like that. You know, it'll actually give me a reason to play the game after a couple of months, because eventually it's going to get boring, it's going to get old, it's going to get repetitive. So keeping new challenges such as grindable camo challenges, and camos that look nice, not just camos that you can probably buy. Like, these have to be camos that are exclusive to like contracts and stuff like that, because then it will guarantee keep the game fresh for people that like to actually grind the game. Now second up is also another thing for people when they're grinding, is Master Prestige and Prestige rewards. Now obviously in this game, Black Ops 4, you do get, every time you Prestige, you get a Prestige token which allows you to unlock any weapon of your choice, perk or special thing. I can't exactly remember what it's called, to be honest with you. But I think maybe like if you hit, so assuming supply drops are coming into the game, which I 100% think they will. It's under Activision, it's obviously going to. They're a fucking awful publishing company in my opinion. But when you Prestige, say for example supply drops, every Prestige awards you with so many COD points or something like that, and when you hit Master Prestige, say for example they give you, I don't know, let's say 1,000 COD points. Let's say it's 100 COD points for Master Prestige, Prestige 1 all the way to 10, and as soon as you hit Master Prestige, you get 1,000. And I'd say the same goes for level 100 all the way to 1,000. Every 100 levels you get 100 COD points, and then when you get to level 1,000, it's 1,000 COD points, just to give you another reason for grinding the game instead of wasting your money. Now don't get me wrong, people will still always spend their money. You know, there's people that have spent 500, 400 quid just to get the fucking new weapons and stuff like that. Some people paid more. Some people have probably got it on a full supply drop if they're lucky enough. But yeah, I think that adds definitely a more of a grindable experience, a more fun experience to a COD game, especially if they reward you for actually playing. Unlike Black Ops 4, it's not, you know, at the moment you're really just grinding for the black market. Obviously they have the contracts, but I don't think the contracts are as good as you want. You know, obviously they give out XP, but at this point in time in the game, 1,000 XP for completing 5 games of Heist is not enough XP in my opinion. So they could turn the XP into like another 2 supply drops or something like that. That's my opinion on Black Ops 4, but I'd say all that grindable stuff, all those COD points could be given as rewards for grinding the game. Now this is another thing to do with supply drops, assuming they are available in the game. Easier ways to gain supply drops. Now obviously I'm guaranteed COD points will allow you to buy supply drops. What I'm saying, I think it was it Advanced? Yeah, I think it was Advanced Warfare, the Sledgehammer's game, I'm pretty sure. I didn't even Prestige in that fucking game. It was, in my opinion, not my favourite. But an easier way to gain supply drops, their system was okay in my opinion. Like, you could gain supply drops just for playing. Like, in the middle of a match you could get a supply drop. I'm not really sure what's the queue on you getting a fucking supply drop, but I'd say like every level you go up, like say level 1 to 55, there's a guaranteed chance when you're playing the game, or maybe every 10 levels or so, you could get a supply drop. Because not only does it want to make you grind the game level up, it's rewarding you for leveling up other than just giving you random unlocks, say for example a KN45 or 44, whatever it's called in CoD games anymore. Yeah, they give you free supply drops for that, and then obviously if they do bring contracts into the game, now supply drops could be easily earned through that as well. Now another thing I literally just mentioned, contracts for in-game currency such as CoD points or new weapons or supply drops, once again assuming they're available, which I do honestly think they will be. So contracts, you know, like Black Ops 3, they did bring out contracts eventually for like triple play bribes, or they done that I think either once or twice. I want to say it's once. No, I think to be honest with you, I don't fuck. I think it was once. But like in Modern Warfare, they could potentially, if new guns are added, and I think they will be, just because people are gonna fucking spend money on supply drops, no matter who they are, mainly YouTubers and stuff, they spend thousands just to get it, and that promotes Activision and whatnot to keep people fucking spending money. But adding contracts, say for example there's, you know, your local Joe down the pub wants to come home, play a bit of COD, realises everybody has this weapon because they spend fucking hundreds on it, and then he's there stuck with a little shitty fucking SMG that doesn't even come close to beating any of the DLC weapons. Give him the chance of getting them via contract, and I think that's the way forward at this point, because not a lot of people do have all the time in the world, not a lot of people do have all the money just to be spending on COD itself. Now obviously COD YouTubers, you know, they make a living off COD, and if not other games to be fair, because COD, about 6 months halfway through their life cycle, they do fucking start to die, to be fair. Now another one is to do with in-game. It's more attachments for guns or the same attachments for the guns with some exceptions. Now with this I mean obviously in Black Ops 4 you could get, so I'm trying to think, like the KN or the AK, whichever you want to call it, that had a suppressor. Meanwhile most other assault rifles don't have suppressor. I'm kind of like thinking, give more, like some weapons don't even have fast mags or extended mags, which I think is a bit of a joke. Let me actually look right now. I believe there is hybrid mags, which I think is a very good thing that they could add into the game, but the ICR for example doesn't have extended or fast mags, whereas most other guns in this game do. So I'm kind of thinking, give each gun the basics that everybody wants the guns to have, such as like the Paladin and the Koshka. Both of them should have either fast, well actually they do have fast mags I believe. I think the Koshka has fast mags, but give them both extended mags so they're both somewhat equal. Like the Paladin's been dying for an extra bullet or two, and eventually they get the extra bullet, and I believe it does help, you know, that one extra bullet does help, especially if you're going for clips and whatnot. But I'd say give like every AR, say for example FMJ, fast mags, extended mags, I don't know, maybe stock or something like that, so it can compete with SMGs. Like I know there's double stock in multiplayer for Black Ops 4 and stuff like that. And realistically, not every, like, some guns are used more based on attachments in my opinion, because like the Maddox has really great attachments. It has double, like, I believe it's quick draw and stuff, which makes it fairly good to be fair. I'm not 100% sure if it has stock. It does have stock, and then it has fast mags. So this gun is already the ideal gun. It has stock, it has quick draw, it has fast mags. Extended mags be not necessarily needed on this, to be fair. But another thing that could be used on this gun is FMJ, and the reason for that is because armor was in this game. And if every gun had at least the base attachments for it, and then maybe like an SMG or so had like, I don't know, suppressor, meanwhile like ARs or something didn't, or maybe give every gun the basics such as FMJ, suppressor, stock, fast mags, extended mags, and rapid fire. They could be like the basics, and then I don't know, like an LMG could have, I don't know, chuck a fucking tripod in that bitch, whereas an assault rifle, you're not really going to have a tripod, or like an SMG, you're not going to really have a tripod. And for the love of God, take out LMGs and thermal scopes. Now, I'm not necessarily saying take out LMGs, I'm just saying take out thermal scopes for LMGs, period. That'll make the game good. And body armor and stuff like that. And pretty much the last point on my list, it's not probably going to be the most extensive list, but I wanted to get, you know, a good few points on there. Don't make the game AR or SMG based. Now I know this would be difficult to better, like that's why you have so many patches for guns, you have updates, you have buffs, you have nerfs to try to get everything balanced, but make it so that every gun has a purpose in the game. Like I'm pretty sure let me actually go through. I'm pretty sure, like the Auger for example is a tactical rifle. They could probably add a swordfish and an ABR into the assault rifle category, say for example if they were to be in Modern Warfare. I'm not saying they will, but the Auger, it doesn't necessarily compete that well with the swordfish and an ABR. Give the Auger a fucking reason to be in the game. Give it a purpose to be used. Make it better. That goes for making everything else better. The VKM 750 is an LMG that's not used. The Hades and the Titan are so superior to that gun. And then obviously, you know, there's sniper rifles. Take out every single semi-automatic sniper rifle out of Modern Warfare, because I guarantee they're going to have at least one, and if not two, for some what reason. But yeah, make every gun usable. Make it so that an SMG up against an assault rifle, the SMG won't win against long range unless the other person has awful accuracy and the person with the SMG has great accuracy. In other words, then necessarily if you're beaming someone with an assault rifle from halfway across the fucking map, the SMG does a full 360, licks your nanny's arsehole out and then kills you from like the back arse of Pakistan. They shouldn't be able to do that. I'm just saying, assault rifles just have well of an advantage from a further range, and an SMG should probably have a better advantage because of its strafe speed at a closer range. And an AR definitely should outgun a sniper from fucking, once again, the back ass of Pakistan and LA. Just saying, I've seen ARs turn on snipers like they're fucking nut from a distance. So yeah, that's going to be my CoD wish list. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like, and only if you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more content like this, or content in general, don't forget to subscribe. See you all in the next video. Peace.